Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. And for today, we are going to be doing a house tour. Before I show you our very messy house, I'd like to give you a little bit of information about rental here in Calgary. So when we came here, well actually we did not come here as a whole family. It was just initially me and my youngest daughter. So we came here around January of 2019. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, January of 2019. During that time, I had my relatives back here. So of course, we spent a couple of, I think about a month or two, just so we can get things settled here in Calgary. Our first rental was with a kababayan. So it was, it's good to have friends here, you know, it's good to start your connections here because it's going to be easier. So anyway, we were referred to a kababayan who is renting out a space in their house. So this is their basement. The first rental that we had was one room in the basement. So that basement has a small room, and and beside that we had our own bathroom, and the laundry was in the basement as well, so it was very convenient for us to, you know, do the laundry. Everything else was shared. It was common. The living room was common. Yeah, we shared it with the owners of the house, and kitchen as well. Yes, so we paid we started paying $500, and then once our family grew, you know, I got my other daughter, I got my husband, and finally I got my eldest son. So after about a year from the first time that we rented, we were already 5 in that room. So we paid a total of $750. So it was $500 for the room and then $50 each for the utilities, so a total of $750. Now that pricing is on average. Basement rentals are anywhere from $500 to $800, I would say, and usually it includes already the utilities. It depends because there are different kinds of basement. There are legal basements. So there are also full basements, which means that you rent the whole basement. There are basements that also have their living room. They have a kitchen, and they have their own laundry space, own bathrooms, and all of those. And they have a separate entrance. But for the room that we rented back then, it was a common entrance. So we would have to, you know, there was everyday communication with the landlords. But there are basements that you have a separate entrance, so that means it's literally not, you know, it's literally a separate area of the house wherein you don't have to communicate with. You're not even going to see the those in the main floor. Yeah, so you have your own life in that scenario. So anyway, since during that time we were already 5, we were complete, so one room wasn't enough for us, so we had to move out during that time. The second rental space that we had was like a townhouse, although townhouses here have different owners. So in the Philippines, townhouse meaning up and down, so you both own the upper and the lower floor, but here there are separate owners. Like the townhouse that we rented, this was in the southeast in Seaton area, we only rented the main floor. And there's a different owner for the upper floor, and I guess there's another owner for the third floor. So they have different entrances. Now that townhouse was smaller than our current house, but definitely bigger than the basement. So of course our family was growing and we needed our own space, considering that we have 3 kids, and you know they need to have their own space as well, for their bedroom, for playrooms, and of course they're very noisy, for sure kids are. So we wanted them to have you know, that freedom to be able to shout, to run around, and all of those, because we were not able to do that when we were renting with someone else, because of course as a respect to them, we don't want to be very noisy. So the townhouse that we rented back then, I think it was priced 1,500, but again, it's a kababayan, so we settled into a deal. We paid 1,300 inclusive of utilities. So that means water, gas, electricity, internet was also included, and there wasn't any cable, but of course Netflix is very accessible right now, and really huge savings, of course. So yes, we paid 1,300. So that townhouse, it's only one floor, but at least you have your own space. So that townhouse has 2 bedrooms, not really large size, but medium size, I would say. You can't really say that it's like a master bedroom, but medium sized bedrooms, I would say. So 2 bedrooms, 1 full bath. So meaning there is a shower, there's the faucet and the comfort, I don't know what you call that, but yes. And then you have the kitchen and the laundry area, of course, but the laundry area is like in a very small closet. So that's really it, the living room. At least you'll have your own space. They don't have any backyard. Yep. It's more of like a condo style living, I would say. But it was but we were happy because we already had our own space, of course. And yes, 1,300 inclusive of utilities. But then we decided to move after a couple of months because we were looking, actually our rental for that townhouse was just a short-term rental because that was used for an Airbnb, and we just had a very good deal with the owner that we're going to rent it for the next 3 months because they did not have any bookings during that time because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation. So after that, we were already looking for an own house. But during that time, we had a hard time because houses were quite expensive, the semi-detached or even the detached houses or the duplexes were very expensive during that time. So we did find another townhouse, but this townhouse is bigger and it has a patio and a front deck, a mini front deck, and you have parking spaces, private parking slots, and there's a backyard as well. Although it's not a private backyard, other people can go in and out of that. It's like a public property anyway, but at least there's something, there's an area that you can go back and do barbecues or stuff like that. So yes, we did find another townhouse just close in the southeast area, and it was like a babayan as well. So which actually was the main factor or the biggest factor that made us decide to actually rent this house instead, because we had another house that was kind of bigger, and it was, I think, a detached house already. But of course, because we were quite new here, and making connections with Filipinos in the area was one of our priorities as well, so that we have support system and all of those. And it's easier dealing with the someone that you feel comfortable with. And of course, it's always going to be kababayans here. So yes, we did settle here. This is still a townhouse, but it's a corner lot, so we don't have someone beside us at the other end. Yeah, so this townhouse is very big, I would say. There's a very spacious living room. It's open concept. So living room, and then you have the kitchen, and then the dining area, and then there's another entrance at the back, which is the backyard. And there are 3 rooms, 1 master bedroom, 1 medium-sized bedroom, and 1 small bedroom. And the master's bedroom, and they have 2 full bath and 1 half bath, so 2.5. And they have a very huge basement, and the laundry area is in the basement. So I think that's about it. And the rental for this is $1,490, so we can say it's $1,500 per month. However, it's excluding utilities. Yes. So I'll give you a computation of our total rental amount for the whole month. So 1,500 is for the rental of the house. And of course, we have to pay utilities, right? So we have NMAX, which is a combination of the utilities, gas, and water. It depends actually on the season. The lowest bill that we've had was around 250, and the highest that we've had during the crazy winter months were around 412, 450. We had those kind of bills. Yes, so it would depend. And of course, we were the ones who had the internet installed. So our telus right now with cable, with optic, and the TV bundle, we are paying around 150 per month. Yeah. And that's it. Netflix. We pay for Netflix. I think it's $10 a month. I don't know. And that's about it. I think those are the usual expenses. Parking slots are included. There are 2 parking slots just in front of the house, so we don't pay additional for that. And there is a community fee as well, but we don't pay for that. Landlords pay for that. Tenant insurance, you do get that on your own. However, the landlord did not require us to get a tenant insurance. But I do know that tenant insurance can cost anywhere. The cheapest one that I saw was around $10, and it can be as high as $30 depending on the square feet. Yeah. And that's about it. And now let's tour the house. watching, guys. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop by and send me a message, leave me a comment, or connect to my Facebook pages. I do have 2 Facebook pages. One is all about Agatha and one is all about Canada. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.